Modern diets stripped of whole foods, chronic stress that burns through magnesium reserves, and medications that increase magnesium loss all contribute to this problem. And when the body doesn't have enough magnesium, it struggles to maintain balance at the most basic cellular level. Magnesium is involved in hundreds of biochemical reactions that keep your body functioning smoothly. It helps convert food into energy, regulates nerve impulses, controls muscle contraction and relaxation, and supports a steady heartbeat. When magnesium is low, your body goes into a state of subtle dysfunction. Muscles may stay partially contracted, leading to stiffness, cramps, and weakness. Nerves become more excitable, which can show up as anxiety, restlessness, or difficulty winding down at night. Energy production becomes less efficient. So, even after a full night's sleep, you may still wake up feeling drained. Over time, this constant low-level stress on the body accelerates muscle loss, worsens sleep quality, and increases inflammation. Once people hear that magnesium deficiency is common, they usually do what they think is the responsible thing. They buy a supplement, walk into any pharmacy or health store, and you'll see shelves packed with magnesium pills promising better sleep, stronger muscles, and calmer nerves. The problem is that most of these supplements don't work the way people expect them to. Magnesium in pill form is often isolated from its natural food context, compressed into tablets, and swallowed with the hope that the body will absorb it efficiently. But the digestive system isn't designed to handle minerals in isolation. Without the natural coactors found in food, magnesium absorption can be surprisingly poor. Many commonly sold forms of magnesium have very low bioavailability, meaning only a small fraction actually makes it into your cells where it's needed. Some forms pull water into the intestines and act more like laxatives than nutrients, causing diarrhea or bloating. Others compete with minerals like calcium and zinc for absorption, creating imbalances instead of correcting them. This is why so many people say they've tried magnesium supplements and didn't feel much difference, or they had to stop taking them because of digestive discomfort. They assume magnesium just doesn't work for them, when in reality the delivery method is the real issue. This misunderstanding leads people down an expensive and frustrating path. They switch from one supplement to another, chasing better absorption or stronger effects, spending more money each time. Yet the core problem remains unsolved. Magnesium deficiency isn't just about how much you consume, it's about how well your body can recognize, absorb, and use it. Without addressing that, even high-dose supplements can fall short. What often gets overlooked is that magnesium deficiency didn't become widespread because humans stopped taking supplements. It became widespread because modern diets moved away from magnesium-rich whole foods. Traditional diets included seeds, nuts, legumes, and leafy greens on a regular basis. These foods delivered magnesium in a form the body evolved to use. When magnesium comes packaged with fiber, healthy fats, amino acids, and supporting minerals, it enters the system gradually and efficiently. The body absorbs what it needs and uses it where it's required without overwhelming the digestive tract. Another factor that worsens magnesium deficiency is chronic stress. Stress hormones increase magnesium excretion through the kidneys, meaning the more stressed you are, the more magnesium you lose. This creates a vicious cycle. Low magnesium increases nervous system excitability, making you feel more anxious and tense, which in turn increases stress and further depletes magnesium. Taking a poorly absorbed pill doesn't break this cycle. Nourishing the body with magnesium-rich foods does. As people age, this issue becomes even more important. Older adults absorb minerals less efficiently, lose muscle mass more rapidly, and are more sensitive to imbalances in electrolytes. Magnesium deficiency accelerates sarcopenia, contributes to poor sleep, and increases the risk of cardiovascular problems. Yet many older adults rely heavily on supplements instead of food, believing pills are the most direct solution. In reality, the body becomes more selective with age, and it responds better to nutrients delivered in their natural form. This is why the idea that more supplements equals better health often backfires. Health isn't about flooding the body with isolated nutrients. It's about supporting its natural systems. Magnesium deficiency is silently draining energy, sleep, and muscle strength, not because magnesium is hard to find, but because it's being consumed in a way the body doesn't fully accept. Until that mindset shifts from pills to nourishment, the problem continues. Understanding this changes everything. It reframes magnesium not as a supplement you take when something feels wrong, but as a foundational nutrient that must be restored consistently and intelligently. When magnesium comes from real food, the body doesn't have to fight to use it. It simply does what it's designed to do: restore balance, calm the nervous system, support muscle function, and protect long-term health. When people hear that pumpkin seeds can outperform magnesium supplements, the first reaction is often disbelief. How could something so simple, so inexpensive, and so ordinary work better than a pill specifically designed to deliver magnesium? The answer lies in how the human body actually absorbs and uses nutrients. Magnesium isn't just about quantity, it's about context. Pumpkin seeds deliver magnesium in the exact context your body evolved to recognize, and that makes all the difference in how much of it actually reaches your cells. Magnesium in supplements is typically isolated and stripped of its natural companions. Once swallowed, it enters the digestive system alone, where it must compete with other minerals for absorption. Many forms are poorly soluble, meaning they don't dissolve well in the gut, limiting how much can pass through the intestinal lining. Even when absorption occurs, the body may not efficiently transport that magnesium into cells without the help of supporting nutrients. This is why high doses are often required and why side effects like bloating or diarrhea are so common. The body is being forced to handle magnesium in an unnatural way. Pumpkin seeds change this completely. In pumpkin seeds, magnesium is naturally bound to amino acids and organic compounds that enhance solubility and absorption. These natural chelates are gentle on the digestive system and easily recognized by intestinal transporters. Instead of flooding the gut with isolated magnesium, pumpkin seeds deliver it slowly and steadily, allowing for better uptake over time. This gradual absorption prevents the digestive distress associated with supplements and ensures more magnesium actually reaches the bloodstream. What truly sets pumpkin seeds apart is synergy. Magnesium doesn't act alone in the body. It requires partners to function properly. Vitamin B6 helps shuttle magnesium into cells. Zinc activates enzymes that magnesium depends on. Healthy fats improve mineral absorption by supporting the integrity of the intestinal lining. Pumpkin seeds naturally contain all of these. This built-in support system allows magnesium from pumpkin seeds to be absorbed and utilized far more efficiently than most supplemental forms. This is why gram-for-gram food-based magnesium often outperforms pills by several times in terms of cellular uptake. Another overlooked factor is fiber. Pumpkin seeds contain natural fiber that slows digestion. This slower transit time gives magnesium more opportunity to be absorbed. Supplements, especially liquid or fast-dissolving forms, move quickly through the digestive tract, leaving less time for absorption. With pumpkin seeds, magnesium is released gradually as the seeds are digested, mimicking the way nutrients were delivered throughout human history. This steady release aligns perfectly with the body's needs. Pumpkin seeds also protect magnesium once it's inside the body. Magnesium is easily lost through urine, especially under stress. The antioxidants and polyphenols found in pumpkin seeds help reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, both of which increase magnesium loss by calming inflammation. Pumpkin seeds help preserve magnesium levels instead of constantly draining them. This means the magnesium you consume is more likely to stay where it's needed. Muscle tissue is one of the biggest beneficiaries of this improved absorption. Magnesium plays a critical role in muscle relaxation and energy production. When magnesium enters muscle cells efficiently, cramps decrease, endurance improves, and recovery becomes faster. Pumpkin seeds provide magnesium alongside plant-based protein and essential amino acids that support muscle repair. This creates a powerful combination where magnesium not only enters the muscle cell, but immediately contributes to muscle function and maintenance. The nervous system benefits just as much. Magnesium regulates neurotransmitters that control stress and relaxation. When magnesium is absorbed gradually and consistently, the nervous system remains calmer and more stable. This is why people often notice improved sleep quality and reduced anxiety when they get magnesium from food instead of supplements. Pumpkin seeds also contain tryptophan, which supports serotonin and melatonin production, further enhancing magnesium's calming effects. Heart health is another area where pumpkin seed magnesium shines. Magnesium helps regulate heart rhythm and blood vessel tone. When absorption is efficient, blood pressure regulation improves, and the heart doesn't have to work as hard. Pumpkin seeds deliver magnesium alongside potassium and healthy fats that support vascular flexibility, creating a comprehensive approach to cardiovascular support that no single supplement can replicate. Perhaps the most important advantage is how the body self-regulates magnesium from food. When magnesium comes from pumpkin seeds, the body absorbs what it needs and leaves the rest, preventing overload. Supplements don't offer this level of regulation. This makes pumpkin seeds a safer long-term strategy, especially for older adults or people taking medications. This is why a simple $2 bag of pumpkin seeds can outperform expensive magnesium supplements. It's not about magic or hype, it's about biology. Pumpkin seeds work because they deliver magnesium the way nature intended, balanced, supported, and usable. When you shift from isolated pills to whole food sources like pumpkin seeds, magnesium stops being something you chase and becomes something your body finally knows how to use. When we talk about muscle health, especially as we get older, magnesium rarely gets the attention it deserves. Most people focus on protein alone, believing that if they eat enough protein, their muscles will stay strong. But muscle function depends just as much on minerals as it does on protein, and magnesium sits right at the center of that process. Without enough magnesium, muscles cannot contract and relax properly. Energy production becomes inefficient and recovery slows down. This is one of the hidden reasons muscle cramps, stiffness, and weakness become more common with age, even in people who think they're eating well. Every muscle contraction begins with calcium telling the muscle to tighten, and every muscle relaxation requires magnesium to tell it to let go. When magnesium levels drop, muscles remain partially contracted. This constant tension leads to cramps, twitching, soreness, and fatigue. Over time, it increases the risk of injury and contributes to the gradual loss of muscle mass known as sarcopenia. Magnesium deficiency doesn't just make muscles uncomfortable. It actively interferes with their ability to stay strong and functional. Pumpkin seeds provide magnesium in a form that muscles can actually use. When magnesium is efficiently absorbed into muscle cells, it restores the natural balance between contraction and relaxation. This means fewer cramps, less stiffness, and smoother movement. People often notice that their muscles feel more relaxed and responsive within weeks of increasing magnesium-rich foods. This isn't a coincidence. It's the result of restoring a mineral that muscles rely on every single day. But pumpkin seeds don't stop at magnesium alone, and this is where they truly stand out. They also contain plant-based protein, including essential amino acids that support muscle repair and maintenance. Among these is leucine, an amino acid that plays a key role in stimulating muscle protein synthesis. Leucine acts as a signal to your muscles, telling them to rebuild and preserve tissue. When magnesium and leucine arrive together, muscle cells are better equipped to respond to that signal. Magnesium supports the energy pathways required for protein synthesis, making the rebuilding process more efficient. This combination is especially important for older adults. As we age, our muscles become less responsive to protein, a phenomenon known as anabolic resistance. Simply eating more protein isn't always enough. Muscles need additional support to respond properly, and magnesium helps restore that responsiveness by improving insulin sensitivity and cellular energy production. Magnesium allows amino acids to enter muscle cells more effectively. Pumpkin seeds, by providing both magnesium and protein in one package, help overcome this age-related barrier. Muscle recovery is another area where pumpkin seeds shine. After physical activity, muscles experience microscopic damage that must be repaired. Magnesium plays a critical role in reducing inflammation and supporting ATP production, the energy currency your muscles use to heal and rebuild. When magnesium is low, recovery takes longer. Soreness lasts longer and fatigue accumulates. Pumpkin seeds supply magnesium alongside antioxidants that help calm inflammation, creating an environment where muscles can recover faster and more completely. Cramps are one of the most noticeable signs of magnesium deficiency, and they're particularly common at night or during exercise. Many people reach for magnesium pills to fix this, but results are inconsistent. Pumpkin seeds offer a more reliable solution because they deliver magnesium gradually and consistently. This steady supply helps maintain proper electrolyte balance, preventing the sudden drops that trigger cramps. Over time, muscles become more resilient and less prone to spasms. Magnesium also plays a role in nerve signaling to muscles. Every muscle movement begins with a nerve impulse, and magnesium helps regulate how those signals are transmitted. Low magnesium can cause nerves to misfire, leading to twitching or involuntary contractions. By restoring magnesium levels through pumpkin seeds, nerve-muscle communication becomes smoother and more controlled, improving coordination and strength. Sarcopenia isn't just about losing muscle mass. It's about losing independence, mobility, and quality of life. Weak muscles increase the risk of falls, fractures, and long-term disability. Magnesium deficiency accelerates this process by impairing muscle function at the cellular level. Pumpkin seeds help slow sarcopenia by supporting muscle metabolism, preserving strength, and reducing chronic inflammation that breaks down muscle tissue. What makes pumpkin seeds especially powerful is how easy they are to incorporate into daily life. A small handful provides meaningful support for muscle health without overwhelming the digestive system. Consistency matters more than large doses, and pumpkin seeds make consistency effortless. When muscles receive a steady supply of magnesium, protein, and supportive nutrients, they respond by staying stronger, more flexible, and more resilient. This is why pumpkin seeds are more than just a snack. They're a practical food-based strategy for preserving muscle health, preventing cramps, and fighting age-related muscle loss. Instead of relying on isolated supplements that may or may not reach your muscles, pumpkin seeds deliver what your muscles need in a form they can actually use, supporting strength, recovery, and mobility at every stage of life. When people think about magnesium, they often associate it only with muscles or bones, but some of its most profound effects are actually on the nervous system and the heart. These two systems are deeply connected, and magnesium acts as a calming regulator for both. When magnesium levels are low, the nervous system becomes overexcited, and the heart works harder than it should. This can show up as anxiety, poor sleep, erasing heartbeat, or fluctuating blood pressure. Pumpkin seeds offer a powerful food-based way to restore balance in both systems at the same time. Magnesium plays a critical role in regulating neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that control how your brain communicates with your body. One of the most important of these is GBA, the neurotransmitter responsible for calming the brain and promoting relaxation. Without enough magnesium, GABA signaling becomes less effective, making it harder to unwind, fall asleep, or stay asleep. This is why magnesium deficiency is often linked to insomnia, restlessness, and nighttime anxiety. Pumpkin seeds provide magnesium in a form that supports GB activity naturally, helping the brain shift from a state of alertness into a state of rest. Sleep quality is not just about falling asleep, it's about staying asleep and reaching deep restorative stages of sleep. Magnesium supports this process by helping regulate melatonin, the hormone that controls your sleep-wake cycle. Pumpkin seeds also contain tryptophan, an amino acid your body uses to produce serotonin and melatonin. When magnesium and tryptophan are consumed together, they work synergistically to support a healthier sleep rhythm. Instead of forcing sleep with sedatives or supplements, pumpkin seeds gently encourage the body to follow its natural patterns. Many people notice that when their magnesium intake improves, they don't just sleep longer, they sleep deeper. They wake up feeling more refreshed and mentally clear. This is because magnesium helps reduce nighttime cortisol, the stress hormone that can spike during the night and disrupt sleep by calming the nervous system. Pumpkin seeds help prevent those stress-related awakenings that leave people feeling exhausted in the morning. Mood stability is another benefit that often surprises people. Magnesium helps regulate the release of neurotransmitters involved in mood, including serotonin. Low magnesium has been associated with irritability, low mood, and increased sensitivity to stress. Pumpkin seeds provide magnesium alongside healthy fats and antioxidants that support brain health and reduce inflammation. This creates a more stable emotional baseline, making it easier to handle daily stress without feeling overwhelmed. The heart is just as dependent on magnesium as the brain. Magnesium helps maintain a steady heart rhythm by regulating the electrical signals that control each heartbeat. When magnesium is low, these signals can become irregular, leading to palpitations or arrhythmias. Pumpkin seeds provide a steady source of magnesium that supports consistent heart function without overstimulating the system. Blood pressure regulation is another area where magnesium plays a key role. Magnesium helps blood vessels relax, improving blood flow and reducing resistance. When blood vessels are too tight, blood pressure rises, forcing the heart to work harder. Pumpkin seeds supply magnesium along with potassium, a mineral that further supports vascular relaxation. Together, these nutrients help maintain healthy blood pressure levels naturally. Pumpkin seeds also contain healthy fats that support the integrity of blood vessel walls. Flexible, healthy blood vessels respond better to changes in blood flow and pressure. This reduces strain on the heart and lowers the risk of long-term cardiovascular issues. Unlike isolated supplements, pumpkin seeds deliver these benefits in a balanced way that supports overall cardiovascular resilience. Stress has a direct impact on both the nervous system and the heart, and magnesium sits at the intersection of this relationship. Chronic stress depletes magnesium, and low magnesium makes the body more sensitive to stress. Pumpkin seeds help break this cycle by replenishing magnesium stores while also providing nutrients that calm inflammation and oxidative stress. This creates a feedback loop of improved resilience where the body becomes better equipped to handle challenges without overreacting. Another important advantage of pumpkin seeds is consistency. The nervous system and heart thrive on steady support, not spikes and crashes. Supplements can create fluctuations in magnesium levels, especially when taken irregularly. Pumpkin seeds, when consumed as part of a daily routine, provide a gentle and continuous supply that the body can regulate effectively. This is why pumpkin seeds have such a noticeable impact on sleep, mood, and heart health. They don't act like a quick fix. They restore balance over time by nourishing the nervous system and supporting cardiovascular function simultaneously. Pumpkin seeds help the body return to a calmer, more stable state. Better sleep, steadier mood, and a healthier heart are not separate goals. They're interconnected outcomes of giving the body magnesium in the form it understands best. One of the biggest mistakes people make with nutrition is believing that more is always better. When it comes to magnesium, this mindset often leads to mega doses, frequent supplement changes, and a constant search for the strongest formula. But the body doesn't work on extremes. It works on balance. Magnesium restoration is not about overwhelming your system with high doses. It's about consistency, synergy, and letting the body regulate itself the way it was designed to. This is where whole foods like pumpkin seeds have a clear advantage over isolated supplements. Your body has built-in mechanisms to control how much magnesium it absorbs and where it uses it. When magnesium comes from food, these mechanisms function smoothly. The digestive system absorbs what is needed and limits what isn't. Excess magnesium from food is rarely a problem because absorption naturally tapers off once requirements are met. Supplements, on the other hand, bypass many of these regulatory cues. Large doses can flood the gut, causing digestive discomfort, electrolyte imbalances, or simply being excreted and used.